Welcome to the second class, the second day of our class of this training. Sorry. Now today I want to introduce you especially to WordPress. Like I said yesterday, we are working with WordPress, so I want to introduce you to this WordPress, how it looks like, and all of that. So, but then I want to tell you that there are two types of WordPress. We have two types of WordPress. The first one is WordPress.com, and then the second one is WordPress.org. At the end of this video, we're going to be appreciating the one that people use most often for their website, the one they use to build the website you see online. But then I want to differentiate these two for you before appreciating the one they use. So let's see the difference today. Now, WordPress.com. When we talk about WordPress.com, we're talking about it's like a WordPress.com has to do with already made websites that you just tap in and do your thing. Like I highlighted some things here. The first one I did was hosting is included. Hosting, every website needs an hosting. Every website need an hosting, and I'll tell you what hosting means. Hosting simply means where you save your content, your web content, the images, the videos, the music, the text. It's just a storage center. Let me just use the word. Hosting is a storage center for websites. But when it comes to WordPress.com, you don't need to buy hosting. It has its own hosting server. So all you have to do is just to build your website without buying the hosting. Now the second one is managed by WordPress. Now when it comes to the security, the updates, the backup, and all of those are being handled for you. They are handled for you. Now you don't need to go through the stress of protecting your website or updating your website or even backing them up. You can build a website with WordPress.com and it will stay there for years. It will stay there for years. It will not delete itself. It will just be there, and the system will just be updating it for you at every given time. Now the third one here is limited optimization. Now there are two phases of this WordPress.com. The first one is the free version, while the second one is the paid version. If you are using the free version, you cannot customize that website to your taste. You cannot do it to look beautiful the way you want it to be. Like I wrote here, you cannot install custom themes or plugins on it. You just have to use the template you see to build your it has so many templates, so you use those templates to build your website. Now the fourth one here says has a subdomain. Now what we mean by subdomain is having your domain name. When I mean domain, I didn't explain the word domain. Now domain simply means your website address, like those jumia.com, udu.com, federal government empowerment.ng. That is what we mean by domain. So when you hear the word domain, it's not a big word. That is just a simple tense. It's just your web address. Now when it comes to WordPress.com, it will always come with subdomain, and that subdomain is WordPress.com. As you see here, your site.wordpress.com. That's just what it will be. If we are to build a website for Udu local government and we are using WordPress, this WordPress.com to build it, we'll be having udu.wordpress.com, and that is not a professional domain name for a business person, for a serious minded organization. You don't need such a domain for yourself. Now the last one, better for beginners. Well, when I started building, the first website ever I built was with WordPress.com. I actually built it for a blog. Then I just started this social media politics thing, so I built it for a blog. And the truth is that this website is basically used by bloggers. Basically, in fact, it's very good for blogging. You understand? So it is bloggers that use it mostly. I will show you some interface about it. But then, better for beginners. So if you want to start a web design, you can use this to start. Like just practice it. Know the interface. Know how the website works. I googled something today, and then I saw something. So I just want to use it for our example. Said Urobo. I googled Urobo Kingdoms today, because I went for this Urobo Youth Conference. So I googled it today. Then I saw this website built with WordPress.com. I just looked at it, so I just find it as a perfect example for this class. So this is it. Okay, wait, this now this is a blog site built with WordPress.com, as you can see. Now, if I was talking about a subdomain, talking about the subdomain, okay, I think I've passed there. So I was talking about the subdomain, as you can see here. This is what I mean by the subdomain. Now, this person is having his domain name attached to WordPress.com instead of just having this name attached to .com, .org, .ng, or whatever it chooses to. But then it's having it's having a subdomain attached to his what, his domain, and that this is not a professional website. As you can see, look at how it looks like. Look at how it looks like. It's not well built. It's not well customized to fit like those publishers, like those bloggers. It's not really looking well. So moving forward, we will be looking at the second one, WordPress.org. WordPress.org. Now over here, you see you arrange your own hosting, which means when you're using WordPress.org, you have to buy hosting. Then the second one is full control. When you're using WordPress.org, you have full control over your website. Like you can edit the looks, you can edit anything, you can change the text color to red, to blue, to anything you want to change it to. But when you are using .com, you cannot change the text color. But the site gives you automatically that this is the color we want for you. So but in .org, you choose your own customization pattern. Now here I said more responsibility. When you're using .org, you have to take your time to build that website from by yourself. It's not built for you. You built it by yourself. Though there is already a foundation, like I said yesterday, there is already a foundation for you to build on top. But then if you are using .com, everything has been what done. It has been furnished. It has been what done. Paint and everything has been done in that building. All you have to do is just to pack in and stay. Bring your thing, your clothes, just your clothes, and what, and stay. But when you're using .org, sorry, you have to what, do it yourself. Everything yourself. Now over here, it's a custom domain. So with .org, you can get your own domain. You don't need any subdomain. You can have you can have udo.com, udo.ng, udo.org, udo. Whatever you want, you prefer for your what, domain name. And the last thing I said, better for businesses or anyone who wants full flexibility and what, control. In all honesty, .org is the best you can use for your website building. Forget about .com. .com is just an understanding of how website is. But when it comes to .org, you can build a better and perfect website with it. So why WordPress.org? Why WordPress.org? Now I'm going to be showing you some reasons why we'll be using WordPress.org for our site. The first thing I wrote here is it is the most popular website builder in the world, but power over 60 to 80% of all websites on the internet. Now from small blog to big companies sites like BCC, American, Sony, Microsoft, WordPress is trusted globally. So Sony, Microsoft, even Samsung websites are using WordPress. Like they built their website with WordPress. I'll show you how you can know that this particular website is built with WordPress. As we progress, I'm going to be showing you all of that. Now the second thing here is beginner friendly. So since we are using WordPress, we don't need the knowledge of HTML or CSS. But for a person like me, I do use HTML and CSS to edit my website. Sometimes I use it to build my website because of some features. Like HTML, like I said, is just a text, while CSS is the beauty of that text of HTML. Now sometimes I use HTML or CSS code to beautify some so like if I want the button of my website to be very beautiful, sometimes I apply CSS to it. Now we said easy to use dashboard for adding page images and blog. Now I do add, please excuse me, The using WordPress is very easy. All you just need to do is to know how to navigate the dashboard, and the dashboard is very easy. Now we are fully customizable. Now if your WordPress.org is very easy to customize, like it's very, you have to like, as I said, thousands of free and premium themes. Now using themes, you can install any kind of themes that you want, following your niche. If you want to build a website for e-commerce, there are themes that you can choose and you can use for that. Now over 60,000 plugins. Now plugins, the word plugins simply means it's just function like adding some features to your website. Plugins enables you to add some features to your website. If I am building an e-commerce website, I need a plugin for payment method. I need a plugin where people can fill a form. I need a plugin where people can do some certain kind of things. So that is just the essence of what plugin. Every WordPress website needs a plugin, even if it's just two. There must be a plugin on that website, on that WordPress dashboard. Now it said cost effective. Now WordPress software itself is free, like you don't have to buy WordPress software. What you are paying for when you are building a WordPress site is your domain name and the hosting plan. That's the two things you pay for mostly. Now you will still pay for other things if you need an advanced features, like you pay for theme. They are free themes though, but then if you want some advanced features, then you'll be paying for theme. If you want some advanced features for your plugin, then you'll be paying for premium plugins, but then there are still free plugins for you to use. The SEO friendly. SEO simply means search engine optimization. Now every website needs a search engine optimization. The essence of using search engine is so that whenever someone googles something online, the possibility of your website coming up, especially those who are using blog, the possibility of your website coming up will be high. So that is why it is good to use search engine optimize your website. Said WordPress, but in the case of WordPress, WordPress is built with clean code and optimized for search engine, which means it has an automated code forward for search engine. But even with that, you still need the search engine plugin like Rank Math. As you can see here, plugins like Rank Math, you still need it so that it will fasten the process of optimization. And secondly, what we have here, which is I think the last slide, ownership and control. Now when it comes to WordPress.org, you have a full control over your site, over your data, over what you post, the kind of write-ups, the kind of content you put on that site. If you want to delete them, it is very easy to delete them. Now when it comes to WordPress.com, I don't think you cannot edit some certain text you put on that site. If you just immediately you publish, you've published. But when it comes to WordPress.org, when you publish, you can still go back and do some editing. Now lastly, I said you are not tied to one company hosting. Just like WordPress.com, you are beckoning on their hosting. But when it comes to WordPress.org, you are controlled by your own hosting. Like you are not relying on their hosting. That is why there is no subdomain. There is no subdomain. You have your own website to yourself. If we're building a site for Odoo, we have our odoo.com, which is our own domain to ourselves. And I said you can move your site anywhere, and that is true. There are transfers of what domain. If I am using a particular hosting server and I discover that hosting server is too slow, I can easily move my domain from that hosting server to another hosting server. So that is just what it is. So if you've watched to this stage of this video, please don't forget the assignment. Like I said, build a website using .com. Build a website using .com. Submit it tomorrow, Sunday till on Monday. I will check everything and I'm going to be giving you scores on it. The essence of assignment is for you to know what you are doing and to engage yourself in practical classes.